Hello everyone, here from the incredible island of Tahiti in French Polynesia. Right now we're at the international airport because we're going to be heading to the dream island of Bora Bora. Can't believe that we're finally going to be going there, been seeing pictures of this island all our lives. And we're going to be spending around 5 nights there. So we're first going to be spending our time in a luxury resort, which will be in this video. And then we also want to make a separate video showing how to do Bora Bora on a budget. Kind of on a budget, right? Because it's going to be expensive either way. But yeah, a lot cheaper than staying at a luxury resort. But this will be the luxury experience video. So from here we're going to be getting a flight there because it's not so close. And we booked a flight with a return to Moorea, which is an island nearby, and that's $382 US for the return. That's per person though. But I think you saw there are ferries.
Yeah, but the ferries are not every day, and I think it takes around 9 to 10 hours. But yeah, I think for most travelers it's not enough time, like to lose an entire day to go there. And that's also why we decided to take the flight. And also I think it's going to be a very scenic flight. Hopefully the skies are really nice right now, so hopefully we're going to have a good view.
I think from what we saw, the ferry is about half the price of the flight, but I think the flight just takes around 50 minutes. And we read online that going there, the best view is on the left. So yeah, we're gonna try and get on the left. I don't think it's like assigned seats, so it's just if you get in there first. Alright, so here we are, Bora Bora. We're still at the airport. Look at this for an airport location. Definitely the coolest airport location we've ever been.
Yeah. Wow, I already love everything about Bora Bora. But we did get so unlucky with the flights. I still cannot believe we didn't get any window seat whatsoever.
Neither of us.
Yeah, we're like the last ones to board. Even though we were like trying to be the first one, there was no assigned gate for us. So yeah, we didn't know the gate. Yeah, we didn't know the gate, so we were very unlucky. And all the other passengers were very quick to get to the gate, so yeah, we missed it.
Yeah, but when we leave, we can try again. I think when we leave, we have to be on the right side instead. Yeah, this is unbelievable though. So that's the main island there, and I think we get on this ferry across. It's included in the plane ticket, and then from there we'll have to get a taxi. Gotta get our bags first. A quick intermission to talk about the sponsor of this video, Surfshark, which is our recommended VPN provider that we've been using for the past 4 years.
As we are constantly jumping from place to place, we are always using public Wi-Fis in airports, restaurants and other places. That's why we use Surfshark to be able to have a private connection, keeping our personal information and sensitive data safe from potential hackers.
Apps and websites that we use to book things like hotels, flights and car rentals may change the price depending on the country that we are booking from. We recently had this happen to us when renting a car in Houston in the US. When we set our device's location to Guatemala, it was cheaper than if our location was set to the US. By using Surfshark, you can change your device's location to check for the best prices.
We also use Surfshark VPN to avoid online restrictions. While traveling to different countries, sometimes we face situations where some sites are not accessible, but with Surfshark we can avoid this problem.
With just one single Surfshark subscription, you can connect unlimited devices for your entire household. Go to surfshark.com/jumpinplaces or use code jumpinplaces at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN. So we're in our hotel now. The taxi from the center to here cost around $25. That was for like a 12-minute drive. The hotel did also offer a boat that brings you here right from the airport, but that was $80 per person one way. So yeah, $20 is a lot cheaper since the ferry was included with Air Tahiti. And we're staying at InterContinental Le Moana, and it's $678 a day, including only breakfast. So this is one of the most expensive places that we've ever stayed. I think before it was in the Maldives, there was a place for $1,000, but that one was all inclusive. This one is only breakfast. And I really like the style. It's got a traditional look, kind of looks like we're in a hut. That's the style. I like that though in tropical places. Nice big bed, got the flowers everywhere. They also give us this on arrival. They're real flowers too. Smells nice. And then through here is the bathroom, also nice and big. Got a bathtub, definitely going to be using that. And then this is the toilet, I think. And then everything slide door. I think this is just a cupboard. Yeah, got some robes, a safe if you want to use that. Little TV, another TV here. Got a coffee machine. I think the lady said that they provide 3 espresso capsules a day. And then down here is the mini fridge. That's the wine we brought though. That's not from them. And then they also gave us these water bottles. There's a ice and water machine outside, and a desk to do some work. Can do some computer work there, but we're not going to be doing that on this vacation. And the key here is this blue bracelet, so you kind of just scan on the door to get in, and that's also waterproof. And then the best part is the location, because look at this, absolutely magnificent. So we've got our own little sunbeds here. Comfy?
Yeah, this is quite comfy. There's also those other ones.
Yeah, we got 2 here, and then a table. Be a nice place to have a meal with this view. And there's some there too, so we can use multiple things. Just can't get over this water though. Unbelievable. Really is one of the nicest shades of blue that we've ever seen. And then there you've got all the overwater bungalows that we've still never stayed in, but it's quite a bit expensive, isn't it? More.
Yeah, we thought about staying, but it was a bit too much. I think it was around $500 extra per night, so that would add up a lot. I think.
Like 1,100 a night.
Yeah.
I kind of like having the sand right out of my room anyway, because over there I think they just have the stairs into the water, right? Probably do some diving. There's another group of them back there, a smaller group. So it's so clear that I could even see a stingray out there passing by before. I think I can see something all the way out there too. We'll have some awesome snorkeling. Wow, look at the views back there. I've only just seen that. Yeah, Bora Bora is definitely already living up to the hype. If you saw our last video, we were exploring Tahiti, the island, but yeah, it's nothing compared to this. There's nothing like this on that island. That's the shot of our hut from the front. Our perfect little hut. You look good with your...
Thank you.
Oh, pinch you. I was gonna say you look good with the necklace thing.
Yeah.
There's a name for it, I forgot.
Yeah, I don't know.
So the view that we have in front of us is of an island. We passed over there in the plane, a really massive one. From what I read online, there's around 118 islands and I think 76 are inhabited, but there's also many islets and atolls, so much more, but actual islands 118. And just like Tahiti, this is an extinct volcano. So I guess that was the crater up there. You can climb that. I think it's around 600 meters high, but it's supposed to be pretty difficult. Carol's looking very Polynesian once again.
Yeah, I love the flower culture that they have here.
It's matching your bikini too.
Yeah, it wasn't by purpose, it was just a coincidence really, but yeah, I love it.
So one from the bathtubs, right?
Yeah, that they put on the entire room when we checked in.
And the drone shots that I got just before are definitely some of the best drone footage that I've ever filmed. Mainly because of the mixture of colors. You probably noticed that it goes from like different shades of blue, like a division. So we're allowed to pretty much go in the clear part. I think when it starts to get dark, we're not allowed to swim out there. But I can see people there, they're still stood up, so I think it's pretty much the same depth all the way out. And then it just drops off. I think they actually say it's a lagoon.
Yeah, it's called a lagoon because of that. And that's the strong blue color, the dark one. It's because it has a very steep drop. Probably good for snorkeling, not snorkeling, but diving. It's probably good for diving. I wish I could do that.
Time to check out the water bungalows. Got some jet skis here too, although I don't think they're included, you have to pay extra. But we can use the kayaking and stand-up paddle, so probably be doing that.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is.
Beautiful.
So these round things here are part of a coral restoration project. I think the first time we ever saw that was in the Dominican Republic when we were snorkeling, and we didn't understand what they were, but yeah, now we know. So it's kind of like a cage. There's some rectangular ones too, but you can already see the corals growing on top of them. Lots of fish around them too. But like we said before, I think we definitely need to stay in a overwater bungalow one day. Be awesome. Another good thing about the location of our resort is that we're close to the main snorkeling spot in Bora Bora. So pretty much all the boat tours will take you to that part over there. I think it's called the aquarium. And we can just get the kayak there and do the snorkeling. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow. Include it in this video too. That's where you're supposed to get some of the best snorkeling. Yeah, here you can see perfectly the color division. Look at that. It's like a perfect line.
It's crazy.
Curving around. Time for some wine.
You right wine, sir?
Yes, please. So as I mentioned before, we brought the 2 wine bottles. Keep the cost down.
Yeah.
I read that alcohol is like insanely expensive in Bora Bora.
Yeah, I think so. Even at the supermarket, I was able to find one bottle for $10, which I think it was very good. And another one, the red one, I think it was around $15 US.
So this one was 10?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Cheers to Bora Bora.
Cheers.
It's actually a really nice wine. Carol just said it's Australian. Yeah, so I had read in blogs that at the supermarket it was like crazy prices here, but yeah, since Carol said it was just $10 for the bottle, yeah, I'm surprised by that. I thought it'd be a lot more. So it is breakfast time. It's until 10:30. I think it's around 10. We're having a late breakfast. It's just one big buffet, but all sorts of different options. Bacon. What's that?
Sausage.
Sausage. And then you got like bread for toast. All different kinds of breads. Sweets too. I think that's like muffins and little pies. Yeah, all sorts of different meats, ham, eggs, salad, cereal, veggies for Carol. Lots of fruit too. So the only thing that this resort is missing here is a gym. We usually like going to the gym when we're at the resorts, and then in the morning having like a lot of food, a big buffet, lots of protein. But there is another InterContinental resort just in front here that you have to get a boat to, and I think that's a fancier, more expensive one, and that one does have a gym, but I think you have to pay $40 per person to go there. That's for the boat transfer, but then you can use pretty much all of their facilities, so it's kind of like a day pass with a boat ride, so not too bad. But I think we're just going to be hanging around our resort, especially since we want to do the snorkeling here today in front. So I got the bacon that I showed before, the sausages, some different kinds of cheeses, and 2 pineapple chocolates. And Carol, as always, gets the omelette. What's that over there?
Crab with Nutella and a bunch of fruits.
And of course the morning coffee to wake up. You could also eat out there too. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow morning. Weather is looking pretty amazing once again. gonna be an awesome day. So we got the kayak and the snorkel gear and we were gonna head to that place called the aquarium, but it's just way too wavy. There's like so much water coming into the kayak. Conditions are not very good today. Same as yesterday. Yesterday it was too wavy too. So I think we'll go back on the kayak and we'll probably just snorkel around here. And yeah, maybe we will do a boat tour on one of the other days to head out there. It'll be safer. I mean, I think we could have got there, but we were just getting like soaked and stuff. I think Carol's side is all full of water. It's like a little swimming pool.
Yeah, my phone is all wet now.
Yeah, abort mission. So as you could see, the snorkeling was really excellent, a lot better than we expected. So even from the first bungalow there, you already see the majority of the fish, a big variety. Carol liked it too.
Yeah, it was really nice. I think we spent like more than an hour.
Yeah, we did.
Just doing like snorkeling and swimming, and yeah, it was really beautiful. And the fish were not scared at all, so it was cool because they were coming very close to us. So there was one moment when there were like the little fish, the black and white, and another one that was kind of blue and green. And I stood there and I did this with my hands, and they would come
close
like,
to you.
Yeah, very close, and I was just like talking to them, but not talking.
Yeah, there was only one angry one. I don't know if it had a baby or something.
Yeah, I think so. I think there was some sort of maybe eggs or something, or a baby, and the fish was very angry. He would come and like, how do you say that?
Like pretend to attack me.
Yeah.
Charging.
It was funny, but the others were very friendly, and we even saw a stingray. A very big one. Yeah. So
had a big stinger.
Yeah, it was really one of the best snorkeling experiences we've had in a hotel like this. So yeah, I'm very excited to go to the other place to snorkel there.
Yeah, hopefully we can do the boat tour.
Even better than this one.
Should be. I think you see sharks over there too. Friendly sharks apparently. So we just came to the pier that I think is where you do the boat tours from, if you book them through our hotel. Wow, check out the view now. There's no clouds on the mountain top. we're going to be seeing that mountain like more up close in some other videos, going to some viewpoints, hiking. That's cool. They have some more information about the coral reef restoration program. So I had no idea that the cage is actually hooked up to a solar panel. We did see the solar panel, but we thought that it was for the bungalows. But yeah, it's actually for those cages. So the solar panels are applying a low voltage electrical current, completely safe for swimmers and marine life, to a submerged conductive structure. Causes dissolved mineral crystals in seawater to precipitate and adhere to that structure. Yeah, so somehow the electrical current creates more corals. Pretty high tech. Ah, there's a list of the fish.
Yeah, we saw many. We saw this one.
That was the angry one, I think.
The angry one, yeah. We also saw this.
You saw this one?
And this, yeah.
Yeah, that one too.
This one.
We always see that in a lot of tropical ones.
Yeah.
Like a sword.
These two, these were the cutest ones.
Yeah, the little ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did see the majority right here. So we're just walking down the coast a bit now to see how the interior of the island looks. Seems to be a mix of, like, obviously the hotels, but there's actually quite a lot of locals still living on the coastline. So that's nice, it's not like completely taken over by resorts. The place that we're staying in the next video, which is at a local's house, is actually pretty close to our resort too. I think it's about a 15-minute walk. And they also have some little stores here where you can buy food and stuff to cook, so we'll be showing all that in the next video. And a lot of people from the resorts also go to those stores if they want to keep the prices down. It's a pretty common thing to do, not always eating resort restaurant food. Got some more overwater bungalow accommodations here. This isn't our resort anymore, it's a different one. Did you look at the price of this one?
Yeah, I wanted to stay here because with the same price that we're paying now, we could have stayed here on the overwater bungalow.
Ah, so around $700.
Yeah. But it seems like ours is nicer. The bungalows at our place is nicer than this.
Look a bit more like fancy.
Yeah, also the location on the water.
And a fun fact about the bungalows. So yesterday when we were on the beach, Carol said, oh, I wonder who came up with the idea for the overwater bungalows. So then I searched online and it was actually here in French Polynesia. So the island that I pointed out before, that one there, there's another one just below it, and that is where the first overwater bungalows were created for tourism anyway. So apparently it was three brothers, originally from California. They were here sometime around the 1960s, and I think they had 4 different accommodations on different islands, and they were expanding the size on each island due to the popularity. But apparently on that island over there that I just pointed at, they didn't have anywhere to the side that they could expand. So then they had the idea of expanding on the water. I think they had seen like the local fishing huts that were on the water, and then they thought, oh, maybe we could do an accommodation that way. And then yeah, it was a big success, and then other places in Polynesia started copying, and now the whole world copies, right? You find that everywhere in like the Caribbean, Maldives, Southeast Asia, all sorts of places. now we're just crossing the road from our resort because the sunset side is over here on a public beach. So there's a public beach right next to it. Plage Publique de Matira. I think Matira is like the neighborhood. Look how still the water is on this side. We're kind of on a peninsula, so this is just the opposite side of the strip. Completely different to the conditions on our side.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it is very different.
It would have been good to do kayaking like this.
Oh, yeah, or stand-up paddle. There's also no wind, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, true actually. On our side it's always been windy. Nothing here. Every night we had dinner on the beach in the resort at the Vini Vini bar. The resort has another restaurant called Noa Noa, which is more like a fine dining restaurant with prices ranging around $20 to $42 for a main course. At Vini Vini there are cheaper options like pizzas and hamburgers, with the pizzas ranging from $16 to $18, tacos for $28, main courses around $27 to $40, pasta dishes for $19 to $24, soft drinks for $6, beer for $6 to $7, and bottles of wine for $44 to $60. So that's gonna be it from this resort. We're just packing up now because we're gonna be checking out and heading to the budget location, as I mentioned. Definitely had an amazing time here. The number one thing is the location, since I think this region of the island is supposed to have the nicest beaches, including this beach that we've been on for the last 2 to 3 days. But I think the beach that we're going to be going to near the budget accommodation is also kind of similar, so yeah, we'll see in the next video if it's this level too. And it probably really is the nicest island that we've ever seen. Just the formation, the landscapes, the color of the water, everything just really incredible. I'd always seen those aerial shots in the past, which we were supposed to see on the plane, and yeah, it doesn't even look real when you see those photos. It looks like it's been made up, AI or something, but yeah, it is real. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the next one because we still have many more coming from here and some other islands too. So drop a like to support us, subscribe to see more videos like this, and we'll see you in the next one.